There's a stabbing. There's chaos everywhere.
In my journey to the dark heart of Manila's underworld, I'm going to uncover the codes that enable gang leaders to reign supreme in the world's biggest max security prison that also turns out to be a gangster's paradise. I'm Lou Ferrante. I ran my own crew in the New York Mafia. I made millions for the Gambino crime family. I eventually got busted, locked up for 8.5 years. In prison, I educated myself. I realized crime is wrong, and I gave it up for good. Now I teach and write about gang life. I'm gonna use my insider knowledge to unlock the secrets of the world's deadliest gangs. Bilibid Maximum Security Prison is the world's largest prison. This joint holds 20,000 hardened criminals, murderers, kidnappers, rapists, and 95...
Yung mga boss yun, napipilitan, palu-paluin na lang yung mga miyembro niya.
This is a serious meeting, and this guy walks in late. Either he couldn't find his underwear, or he's a big shot.
I mean, it's that whole celebrity ego type thing, fashionably late. It's a power move, power show.
It turns out he's the leader of one of the oldest prison gangs, the Commandos. He's serving 2 life sentences for kidnapping. He rules with an iron fist, and his name is J.B. Sebastian. And their families.
Wow, nice. This place is nicer than some of the social clubs we had in Brooklyn and Queens. Big screen TV. I can't even believe I'm inside of a prison. I can't believe it's as hot as hell outside, and the air conditioning is beautiful in here. Amazing stuff right here. Here's a tennis racket up here. If my guess is right, it looks like it went through somebody's head, and maybe it's a little bit indicative of what could happen to you if you screw up. Maybe then again, maybe he just hits the ball real hard. Who knows? Could be a great player.
Hey.
And you are? JB.
JB.
How you doing, bro? What's up? Nice to meet you. Same here, same here.
Take a seat, take a seat. What can you say about the place?
I love it.
I'm back at Bilibid Max Security Prison, where gang boss J.B. Sebastian is charming the ladies.
Thank you, JB, for welcoming us.
JB's personal influence extends beyond the prison walls. Just how far becomes clear to me when I find out
The country.
most of the presidents of my own country began their careers as lawyers. Is it possible that JB is entertaining a future Filipino president? Well, if that idea seems far-fetched, wait till you see what he showed me in his office.
This is the current director of the Bureau of Corrections. This is the superintendent, and this is me.
Who's this guy?
He's the president of the Philippines.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is the Secretary of Justice.
What blows my mind is you're a convicted kidnapper.
Okay.
And a serial kidnapper. It wasn't just once.
Okay. A
And
hijacker and a carnapper as well.
There you go. In America, if our Attorney General sat down with a gang member, his job would be lost by the evening news.
I think they need the leadership of the gangs.
They need the leadership. Otherwise, chaos?
I think so.
Yeah. In the penitentiaries I was in, we had stashes of weapons literally everywhere. So you got to have an arsenal in this joint. A place like this, probably everything...
I wish I could share it to you.
Yeah, I wish you could too. Can you?
JB has his own gang, his own TV station, and many of the shops in Bilibid are paying him tribute. Could it be that he's really running the prison? One person would know.
Lou Ferrante, I'm here to see the general. I have an appointment.
Ex-Army General Gaudencio S. Pangilinan is director of the National Bureau of Prisons.
Thank you. General, how are you?
He oversees the country's 7 penitentiaries, including Bilibid.
This is the biggest prison nationwide. We have 20,000 inmates here out of
Amazing.
the total 36,000. Our maximum security is designed for 6,000 only. We have doubled that number.
Wow. How much do you rely on the gangs, the hierarchy, to, keep control of the whole place?
There's a hierarchy. that is necessary within every facility. There's a council of elders. Their part is specific. They assist the prison authorities in implementing prison rules. Okay. They maintain order. They don't tread beyond that. Nothing more. There are stories like how they control before maybe, but not in my time.
Right.
The general tells me there's sound reasoning behind his philosophy.
We're the only prison in the world that allowed the visitors to get into the dormitories.
I thought that was amazing.
As part of the conjugal
Never
visit.
saw that before.
A lot of people have been criticizing that. We're criticizing that. In running a prison, you need to give them as much privileges as you can, that you can take away any time.
That you can take
Not
away.
as a for blackmail. If you don't behave, we cut the number of visiting days.
Okay.
I learned in my readings that managing a prison, restraint has to be calibrated.
The general uses rewards and punishments to control the inmates. How else could so few guards watch over so many prisoners? It turns out that the day before I met him, a member of his gang attacked two rivals with a knife. The other gang planned to retaliate. In order to keep the peace, JB ordered retribution against his own man. In gang life, it's called cleaning your own laundry.
We almost killed him. He's now in coma. But this is the bad thing. That guy is my sister's father-in-law. It's family. But I have to do this.
Since I met JB, he'd been trying to act like some kind of diplomat or CEO. Now, for the first time, he's admitting what it really takes to be the leader of a prison gang. For the first time, I see a prison guard, probably stationed here because of the recent homicides.
I heard there was a murder right here in this place a few days, a couple of weeks ago, right? Were you there that day?
Yes.
The guard tells me the problem started with a basketball game.
When we arrived, we saw the garment of JB sprawling on the floor with the blood oozing on his body. JB's group, the commando gang, wanted to get even with the other gang.
He explains that to stop it from escalating into an all-out gang war, the authorities called JB and the rival gang leader to a sit-down.
But nobody else got hurt?
Actually, off the record.
Off the record.
Off the record means only one thing. Someone paid with his life.
Off the record.
So that was the end of it, and what else happened?
I can't tell you anymore.
Being calm. They did clean their own shit.
A few days after the basketball court murder, the guy who killed a commando gang member was found beaten to death in his own dormitory. Rumor in the yard is that the other gang executed their own man on JB's command. I wonder what the general thinks about gang retribution.
You could never have this in my country. You could never have this in my country.
When I was new here, I wonder, how come they allow these things? Then I started to see the benefits. Maybe they didn't know it, but at the time, just to keep the violence down, they just did it.
Right.
But right now, it works.
I know from experience there has to be a balance. You have to turn your back a little, otherwise there's chaos.
Obviously, if somebody was killed by another gang, the other gang has to kill someone, one from their side.
On your watch, has it happened?
On your watch, there was one incident when a week after somebody from said Ranamok probably did it that way. Some basketball game, mob behavior. Someone started throwing rocks, others will follow. Then you have a full-scale riot,
Right.
a full-scale stampede.
So you have to go, after the first murder, you have to go home pretty much and say to yourself, I know something's going to happen, probably the faster the better, and end it, in your mind.
If there is no, retribution, the tension mounts every day. I think so.
It seems the general knows exactly what happened after the basketball court murder. But if he's